So, the next episode has started. It will start with both of the groups talking, about Omega, Boba Fett, and Bad Batch talking. So, Boba would tell them why is he looking for Omega, as she is something which has been extracted from his father's blood. Father means Jango Fett. So, Boba would tell them that there's some strong donors behind her, Omega, and this is something very special which Caminos people are trying and is hidden from the whole galaxy. And this can be very harmful. Even the Senate wouldn't be aware about this. Then Bad Batch would just tell them what's their objective, and they are helping Omega and Boba Fett in order to stay alive. So then Boba would say, "I'm going to Camino to in order to investigate on this. I suggest that you just keep Empire away from all of this." Then we could see that Bad Batch and Boba agrees on a deal of keeping Omega away from all of this and keeping her safe and letting Boba continue his investigation. Then we could see at back where Fennec would double cross Boba. She would use her communication or whatever you can say, she will contact Empire that Bad Batch is leaving. So we could see this one Admiral and Crosshair who are just listening to it, and then Crosshair would say we should go and stop them. But the Admiral say, "Stop, we know. Let the Bad Batch come on Camino and then we can do this." So now the next scene will happen where clones are going away from the Tatooine, and then just Hunter will say one more thing to all the clones, like we have to make sure that we protect General Kenobi. Tech would say how, but then Obi-Wan would say, Hunter would say, by protecting Kenobi, by protecting him and the important task which Master Kenobi is doing, which means not letting Empire come on Tatooine. So you can see a clone and Jedi relationship here. And then Tech would say, now what to do? Hunter would say, we need to go to Camino where to investigate this. And Omega would be also like, she has been stunned, so she can't say anything. Then Tech and Hunter would happen because Tech doesn't want to risk anything because he has seen what happened to Crosshair and he doesn't want to ruin anything. And he says, we are brothers. For Omega, we can't risk our lives. But Hunter says she's part of us. And if Crosshair, we would have worked for Crosshair. But then Echo would say, did we went for Crosshair? We didn't. Then why we shouldn't go for Omega? But then Hunter will say, we have to find her identity. Who is she? Then we will have a cross-heated argument, and in which just Tech will say, whatever you want to do, I'm just staying here. Then we can see all the Bad Batch against Tech, and then Tech will be fine. He will sigh and then do fine, let's go. We have to add this masalas and this. And then we can see that Camino people are waiting for him, including Crosshair. And they have started to make a strategy and plan. And then we can see Bad Batch coming to a place where the Camino food gets made. This is a place, a station where the food gets prepared for the clones. So we could see Bad Batch having planned to hijack this and then wear a disguise as normal Rex, clones, Rex, R-E-G-S, not Rex. So they would just plan to disguise as like them and then enter Camino. So they were try to hijack the station and they will be successful, but now they would find out that in the food of clones some type of acidic and some solutions are being added in order to de-age. The same type of solution which was added in order to age them fast, now it's getting added to de-age. They will get to know that this all has been done by the Camino people in order to get funds. Like the more they de-age, the more the demand of new clones gets made. They will just throw all the food in the space and decide to now let's go as disguise in the clones Rex. So now they'll go to Coruscant, not Coruscant, they'll go to Camino and where they will land and there will be two dreams. One, Wrecker, Echo, Tech. No, Wrecker and Echo will go on one side. Tech, Omega and Hunter will go on one side. So now, purposely, the admiral will put the emergency bar up so that's why everyone has to run and it's a whole chaotic place. So, by mistake, Wrecker and Echo will be stuck inside the chaotic hall where all the clones are standing as it's an emergency drill which is happening purposely to make the clones exposed on Camino. Why am I saying Coruscant again and again? Never mind. And now, because of that, Hunter and Omega would go inside a room in order to not get caught. But by chance, Tech will get caught by Crosshair, and the episode will end here when Crosshair would say, "Tech, in the next episode, we could see that Tex will try to convince Crosshair that leave him. This inhibitor chip is controlling you, and then we could see that Crosshair is getting convinced, and then we could see also Admiral looking at looking from the camera at Crosshair that he would be pointing at about to the Camino people, like, look at the inhibitor chips, what's happening. And the Crosshair would say, I can't go, it's my duty. You leave Omega and take our brothers back. I don't want our brothers to be killed in this war. And then and then and then then Tech would say, no, you have to come. And then we could see that Crosshair would give an option, Omega or his clones, his brothers. Then we people would think that Tech will choose his brothers, but no, he would say Omega. She is part of us, and she is also a Bad Batch member. Then Crosshair would sign the stunt Tech, because we would get to know that this was all of Crosshair's plan. Like, he wasn't getting convinced. He was just acting. And then there are 3-4 episodes of the Battle of Coruscant, I mean Battle of Camino, in order to find it. Then we could see that Hunter, when Crosshair would try to come inside the room, Hunter would just turn Crosshair and then take Crosshair to the med bay of Camino and leave Tech with Omega. Omega would start to investigate about herself. Then we could also see that Wrecker and Echo have been caught by everyone, and they would be asked to remove their helmet. Yes, now all the clones will be surrounding them. But once they think that now they are done, then we could see someone snipe it, which will be Fennec and Boba Fett. And the whole thing will get chaotic. Wrecker, Echo, Boba would run. Then Fennec would contact the Admiral saying that all of them are coming to South Bay. Come there and you can take on Boba and everyone. So see, Fennec is double crossing everyone. Then it will be this saga. Then Crosshair would try to, Crosshair will be try to get rescued by Hunter, but then there will be a clone who would stop Hunter doing this by warning him that two clones were tested on the inhibitor chips again due to the success of Crosshair, but they die. And unfortunately, I don't want my more brothers to die. So please don't let Crosshair also die. So he would say, don't do this experiment. But Hunter's inhibitor chip experiment was successful by Rex, so he would say, no, I want to save my brother. Then we can see that Hunter would stun that clone and try testing on Crosshair by helping him to remove his inhibitor chip. Then at that time we can see that Wrecker and Echo will get kidnapped by the Admiral, but Boba would just won't go to the South Bay. He will just go to the information lab, and Fennec would kill the Admiral. And then we could see that Boba and Fennec would be double crossing Bad Batch. It was all both of theirs planned from the all time. So that's a little bit crime, and that's a little bit of hints for the book of Boba Fett, what can happen. And then Fennec would just go, but the Camino people and other clones would stun Fennec also. Boba Fett and Omega would get information about themselves. Tech would just wake up and then help Omega in order to get, which would be that Omega is a defective clone. She was tested with the Force. Camino people didn't ask Shakti to take her blood for this experiment. But Shakti didn't know. That's why they tried, and this was a fail. And according to them, Omega is a defective clone and she doesn't have force inside her. So there can be a plot or something in future which we'll get to know. Then Omega will be sad like she's a defective clone. But then Tech will tell like all the Bad Batch members are defective. We didn't have the inhibitor chip or nothing. Then Tech and Omega would go out, but then Tech will be kidnapped by the clones, and Crosshair would be fine. And then Hunter and Crosshair would go outside as they got to know that Wrecker and Echo have Omega. As this will be a trap because of the Tarkin is there, and he would create a trap that all the clones will go one side. Then Omega will have one choice in order to sacrifice her in order to make Bad Batch stay alive. So Omega will sacrifice her and give herself to the Camino people. Omega will be stunned, and then we can see all the clones one side. Tarkin warning them, come out and handle them yourself, or else you all will die. But then Hunter will say, we have the information about inhibitor chips, which we can reveal and which we can leak in the public, in the galaxy, and everyone would get to know about the trap. And then it will take time. Echo will leak it, and the whole world, whole the galaxy will know what clones were supposed to do. Then they will get to know what supposed clones had their main objective, not of killing Jedi, but the main objective was it can be controlled by a person, and that's why the clones will be banned. Now, no more production of clones would happen in the Palpatine would say, and the clones, the Bad Batch members, two of them would be kidnapped, and three of them would run, and Omega would be with Camino in the end, and then the Palpatine would say, clones are no more, we are no more production of clones, the remaining clones have new facilities which they can use, that's it, and the season 2 will come in order to find those, in order to free those two Bad Batch members, which are Echo and Tech, and we can also have that Omega is with the Camino people. Boba Fett ran and just hide. Fennec Shah is in prison of the Galactic Empire. That's it. Bad Batch season 1 ended. Bye.